Good morning. Welcome to the January 13th, 2026 Commissioner meeting. I'm going to call the meeting to order. Pledge allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Tony, prayer?
Sure. Heavenly Father, thank you for today. We ask that you look over this meeting as we discuss county business. We ask that you look over our county and all our citizens. Amen.
Amen. Okay, roll call.
Commissioner Frankert,
Here.
Commissioner Busdecker.
Here.
Commissioner Paradiso.
Here.
Okay. I will accept a motion to approve the digital audio video recordings of the previous board session from Tuesday, January 6th, 2026.
Make the motion.
Second?
Commissioner Paradiso.
Yes?
Commissioner Busdecker.
Yes.
Commissioner Frankert.
Yes. Okay, we have an appointment today. Presley, come on up.
Okay. I have a stack of papers for everyone.
I can pass them around if you want.
Each person gets a stack. Oh, I need a stack.
Okay.
Okay, there you go.
Bob Barker.
Right, that's it.
How's your master's coming along?
Good.
Working?
Here you go with that. Yeah, I just submitted my proposal for my master's research project, so hopefully that gets approved soon and I can start that this summer. So exciting stuff.
I'll keep asking you.
All right. Okay, so the top paper is my 2025 report. That goes through kind of an outline of how my 25 year went. I am in the process of creating an impact statement for how everything that I did impacted the county, and I will make sure you guys get that once it is completed. But just to go over my report, I either hosted or taught at 183 educational programs, and I reached over 8,000 people with those programs. And then these are the general topic areas where the programs that I conducted fit. And they're arranged from the most programs conducted to the least. They are all very close in numbered. The most that I did last year were the training programs, pesticide recertification, fertilizer recertification, BQAs, which is beef quality assurance, PQA, which is swine quality assurance, and QA, which is the YQCA, the youth quality assurance for the 4-H kids. I did a lot of home horticulture programs and a lot of master gardener programs as I oversee the master gardeners here in the county. I also did a lot with local food systems and sustainable agriculture and urban agriculture, as well as animal science, specialty crops, agronomy and farm business management, and forestry, wildlife, and natural resources. And with the animal science, I do just want to mention with the All About Goats that we had last year, I had almost 700 people registered for that. And that attended each session. We are averaging about 150 attendees for each of the 6 sessions, which is amazing. I am helping host an All About Sheep webinar that is coming up next month. For that one, we have almost 300 people registered for that. And I'm also working on an All About Poultry webinar that will be later this year as well. So a lot happening with the webinars and the animal science. And with the specialty crops, I'm in the process of putting together a tri-state high tunnel workshop that will be a webinar-based workshop with on-site training locations once the webinar has concluded. That will be with Ohio State, Purdue, and Michigan State. So we will be putting that on together, and again, that'll happen as the year progresses, and I'll give more information on that once it comes about. The questions answered, again, arranged from the most questions down to the least. Surprisingly, home horticulture was what I got the least amount of questions on. Still a ton of questions, but just the least. I get a lot of people that walk in and say, what is this plant? What is this weed? What is this bug? So I get a lot of those. which is under the forestry, wildlife, and natural resources one there. I also got questions about other things related to that, but the majority of them were people wanting me to ID something or coming out to their property to ID a weed or whatever it may be. The most was farm business and business management. I got a lot of questions with that. So I am trying to steer people towards the farm business analysis program that I do. There's a flyer for it in your big stack of papers there that I gave you. That analysis looks at a farm's finances. I write a beginning balance sheet for them, an ending balance sheet. We look at the whole farm, and then we can break down each individual enterprise. We can compare them to each other. We can compare them to the whole farm, the state, other farms in the county, as well as the nation. That's free to Seneca County farmers. It's $100 if you farm outside of the county. And then I also had a lot of questions about specialty crops, animals, and then the urban ag and food systems. And then some of the research that I did this year, I did the Northern Ohio Pepper Variety Trial, which is the stapled stack of papers that you got. That is the final report for that research trial. And if you have any questions and want to grow peppers and want to know what variety, let me know. I'll help you out there. That was conducted at the Fremont Agricultural Research Station through Ohio State University. And there's a lot of farmers in Seneca County as well as the southern end of Sandusky County that grow peppers. And so this variety trial is specifically conducted in an environment that they would see every day to make sure that the varieties that we are recommending are going to fit farmers in our area. So that was that trial. I also started year one of a research project that I am conducting to help the Tiffin Seneca Farmers Market. We are looking at how to encourage community members to attend the market, but then once they're at the market, we want to get them to actually walk up to a vendor and buy the product. So we're determining what we can help the vendors do, what we can do with the farmers market to try to entice people to attend and purchase from the vendors. So I'm in year one of that project. It will be a multi-year project. So once we get the final data in several years, I'll have a big report that'll get published, and we will each year work with the vendors to try to encourage them to promote in different ways or label certain ways, use certain language, whatever it may be that's actually going to entice people to actually stop at their booth. Of course, the soybean weed survey, I will be conducting that again this year. I was here in probably October to present the results from that from 25. And then we also did a forage quality study. The forage quality study was done around the state. We had 100 and some samples, I believe, of forages that we tested to look at hay quality, specifically with cattle, but then we can interpret those results for other species as well. And we were finding that the hay quality in Ohio has significantly decreased, most likely due to the monsoon springs and drought summers that we've been having lately. And we are using that data to then help farmers supplement the nutritional requirements that they need for their cattle, dependent on what life stage their cattle are in. So that's just some things that I've done. The chart that is on the next page shows each area that I conducted a program in, answered a question on, or had a promotional event about. The A&R operational, that is meetings that I attended, so non-educational meetings. Now, some of these, the numbers, the way the numbers are on the chart, this is how many hours were spent doing it, not how many programs were conducted. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at that chart. Any questions on my report?
I had a couple.
Okay.
So, when I look at your let's go with programs, and I see all those programs, how many of those, how do you go about choosing a program? Are these your ideas? Are these done throughout the state? Or are they a combination?
So the training programs are done throughout the state, all of them, and not all of them are listed there. Those are just the most common ones.
Okay.
But they are, a lot of these training and certification programs you have to be trained by an Ohio State Extension educator, so myself, in order to receive the certification that is required by the state. So that's what those training programs were, and I host them every year just because I know people are going to be needing those certifications. So we kind of rotate those every single year around this northern Ohio area cluster of about 8 counties that we have right here.
So when she talks about like the fertilizer and pesticide up, so every 3 years, when you do your own spraying, you have to get certified. So it has to go through.
State.
Yep.
So
State
these
to
are
do that,
just
so-
things you do.
Yes.
And then my second question, you might as well just bake it in your answer. Some of these are multi-county. Maybe as you explain a few of these. So that would be a good example. If you're gonna have a pesticide class, right, somebody's in Wyandotte County and they wanna come, they're welcome.
Yes, so
Okay.
all of the programs that I host,
They're-
none of them are Seneca County
Yeah, everybody's
specific.
welcome to
Everybody
that.
is
Yeah.
welcome to all of them.
That's great.
Cross county lines, anyone can come to any of them. I try to share them out to all the surrounding counties
Okay.
and try to push them out to their communities as well, just to see if anyone is interested to come to those. Aside from the training programs, the rest of the programs that I host, again, anyone can come to any of them, but I choose topics based on the questions that people are asking.
Based on
So,
the county.
right, the people in the
Right.
county that come into the office, ask me questions, email me questions, call and ask me questions. If I'm seeing a lot of problems in one specific area, if I'm seeing that, for example, we did the forage study, I'm seeing that hay quality is down, so with the BQA certifications, I built in extra time to talk about nutrition, so that those producers are getting that information. So that's how I choose the rest of the programs for the year. Some of the programs, people will literally walk up to me and be like, I would really love if you hosted this training or this program, or I need to know more about this, how? And so that's how I come up with the programs for each
You
year.
like that, that's kinda nice,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice. And I'm making sure that they're relevant to the county,
Yeah.
because people in the county are asking about them. And I'm sure if someone in Seneca County is asking, then Sandusky County is asking, and Wyandotte County, and all the surrounding counties too. So, yep, they're open to anyone. Anyone can attend. The majority of them are free. Some of the trainings do require a cost, but for the majority, all my programs are free to residents, so thanks to your funds.
Well, it's great.
Okay, so this other stack of papers, I'm gonna try to go through briefly. These are all the programs that I have coming up the next couple of months. So, the first one is Monday, February 9th. It's called Resilience in the 2026 Market, but basically it's a crop outlook meeting. So farmers can come to the meeting. We have someone who's going to be talking about the basis and futures contracts for the upcoming year for different agronomy crops, as well as how to write your marketing plans, how to write and read contracts, and just how to understand the market as it's going to sit for the upcoming year in 2026. As well as looking into your farm specifically. How can your farm become profitable with the upcoming market? How and where are you going to need to sell? What type of risks can you absorb? Things like that. So that is free. At the fairgrounds and the junior fair building. Dinner will be provided. Registration is required for that one. On April 9th, I will be hosting a game bird workshop. We'll be going over a lot of things: field dressing techniques, brooding and housing, marketing and cost analysis, rules and regulations, habitat and food plots, species selection, nutrition, diseases and parasite control, biosecurity, and saving feathers. And I get a lot of questions about people wanting to raise upland game birds, whether it's to train their dogs for hunting purposes, if they want to raise them for the eggs, they want to raise them for themselves for meat, whatever it may be. I also get a lot of questions on the laws and regulations surrounding raising upland game birds, because there are laws and regulations surrounding that in our area. So Ohio Division of Wildlife is coming. Matt, he's great. He's going to talk about the rules, regulations, and laws surrounding them, raising them in our area, releases, things like that. He'll talk about all of that. And then I'm working in collaboration with Elkhorn Lake Hunt Club. They are actually out of Bucyrus, but they are a hatchery and they raise specifically pheasants. So they're going to come and talk about how to raise them and a little bit into the hunting and stuff. And then I'm basically covering the rest of the topics. So that again is April 9th, free to attend. There will be a dinner provided at that one as well. I try to feed people when they come to my programs.
Yeah, usually meals and free hats gets part
Yes,
of the meeting.
exactly.
That's good.
The next program I'm going to talk about is on March 2nd. It's the Livestock Mortality Composting Certification. This is another certification that is required through the state. If you are going to compost your livestock, you must be certified. And the certification can only be taught through OSU Extension. Again, free to attend. Anyone can come. They have to be in the state of Ohio because it's the Ohio Livestock Mortality Composting Certification. But they come, they attend the 2-hour training, learn about it, and then it's a one and done certification, and they're good to go. The next that I'm going to talk about is the Youth Agricultural Exploration Program. The first one was back in November, but the rest of them are going to be throughout this year. So January 22nd, we'll be taking youth to Sunrise Cooperative in Attica. February 12th is at Ag Credit here in Tiffin. March 18th is in Poa in Fostoria, and April 28th is at Kalmbach Feeds in Upper Sandusky. Youth can come, they'll learn about what the business is, what they do, they'll learn what type of certifications or college degrees or technical degrees that they would need to get a career at that business. And they'll also learn about any upcoming scholarships, internships, type of things, jobs coming available for the summer for students from these businesses. So it is free to attend again. You do have to get yourself to and from these locations, and if you're under the age of 18, you must have a parent or guardian in care, custody, and control of you the entire time of the program. We do ask that you register just so we can get a head count from the businesses. Some of the businesses are providing dinner, snacks, swag for people to go home with, so we just want to give them that head count. But again, it's free. Please share to any youth that you know. The first one was a big success. People learned about soil and water here in Seneca County and the Soil and Water District, and I'm really excited for the rest of them. I think those businesses have a lot of fun things planned for the kids, and the kids can then learn how to get a career in agriculture, which is great because we need more kids to keep following those fields. The next flyer I have here is for the farm business analysis. I talked about this a little bit. Again, it's free to anyone in Seneca County. It's $100 if you live outside of the county. And the only reason that there's that charge there is because I got grant money to offer this program free to people that farm in Seneca County. And then if you farm basically anywhere else in the state of Ohio, go through extension, the flat rate is $100. So then I'll charge $100 to anyone outside of the county there. But this analysis, if you go to like a tax professional or another finance professional, often runs anywhere from like $1,200 to $2,000, just depending on who you go to and where you go. And with this analysis, since it's specifically for farms, the people who are doing the training, so the technicians, myself, there's about 8 of us around the state. We have those specific farm backgrounds, so we'll be able to offer you personalized advice on whatever your questions may be. If you're trying to buy land, if you're trying to buy a tractor, if you're trying to just diversify as your farm, if you want to get more into the agritourism and see how your profits would fit there, maybe you want to get more into selling directly to the consumer versus through some sort of auction house or marketer or whatever it may be. We can look at all of that with these analyses and walk through that with the farmers.
So have you,
Yes.
with your being in school and stuff, have you figured out how to make a small fortune farming?
I'm working on it.
You start with a large.
Right. Yes. Okay, next is the All About Poultry workshop. It's on March 30th. This is going to talk about HPAI and biosecurity. We will have someone from Ohio Poultry giving an update on that. It's well as manure management and basic care and management of poultry. And again, free to attend, dinner will be provided. Another training that we're doing is the beef quality assurance. I've already talked about that a little bit. There are 3 being hosted in Seneca County this year. One is on a Saturday, that's March 28th. There is January 29th, which is a Thursday evening. And then February 19th is also Thursday evening. At the February 19th one, we do ask that you register because the Seneca County Cattlemen's Association is providing a dinner for everyone. And at that certification, we will also be going in depth on the future market for beef and dairy cattle, as well as looking at the nutrition like I had talked about with the hay quality. All right, let's see what else I got here. This is all Master Gardeners. And then it's probably at the very end of your stack there is the flyer for the pesticide and fertilizer recertifications. We teach 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 throughout the county, or throughout the area, our little district here. We try to reach 10 counties with all of our trainings. There are 2 being held in Seneca County this year. January 27th at the New Regal Legion and February 12th at the Attica Fairgrounds. There is a cost for these. The one at the Attica Fairgrounds, we have sponsorship, and the group will be helping host that as well, so there's always some goodies at the Attica one. And then that is all I have for mine. The rest of these are Master Gardener things that I do want to mention very briefly. Here you have their infographic. It just kind of talks about what they did this year. I do want to point out that every year the Master Gardener volunteers will donate produce that they've grown in their gardens to local food banks and charities. They will put things in the blessing boxes as well. And we have donated 2,731 pounds to Seneca County food banks this year. So that is amazing. I believe Steve is coming in February to talk about the rest of that, so I'm not going to go too deep into that. I just wanted to point out that number because we are up about 1,100 pounds, I think, from last year from donations, and we're continuing to increase that number. So that's amazing. They do have 2 programs coming up in January. One January 20th, one January 24th, and it's about winter sowing with milk jugs. So you, like the picture on the January 20th flyer, you get a milk jug, you fill it with soil, you sow your seeds, and you set it outside over the winter. The snow is going to water the soil, and then as the weather warms, your plants are going to grow, and you'll have transplants then to plant into your garden, flower pots, wherever you may be growing those. The one on January 24th is in collaboration with the Seneca Parks District, and they are also going to be doing, aside from the jugs, they'll also be creating seed balls and doing other seed starting activities for kids. Both of those workshops are free, but you do need to register for those. The Master Gardeners are offering a scholarship this year again. It's a $500 scholarship for graduates of a Seneca County high school, or if you have a permanent address in Seneca County but you're attending high school elsewhere or attending college. And you must be pursuing a degree related to horticulture in some way. So plant science, agronomy, botany, horticulture, landscaping, forestry, environmental science, natural resources, something related to horticulture. It is a $500 scholarship. Last year, and I believe the year before, we've offered multiple scholarships because we've had some great applicants. So if you have any kids or know any kids that fit that, make sure to have them sign up for that one. We are offering a Master Gardener program starting in October. We are collecting applications now through October 1st. We'll do the interview process through October, and then starting at the end of October, the session will run, and it'll run through July of 27, which I believe is a typo on this Yes, it should be October through July of 2027, October 26th through July of 27. And that program is going to offer a lot of hands-on workshops and labs for people who want to become a volunteer. And then the last thing I want to mention briefly is the Master Gardener Conference coming up in March. It's the classical elements, earth, air, water, and fire. And each one of our 4 speakers is going to speak on one of those topics and how the earth's 4 natural elements relate to the everyday gardener. That registration is due March 8th, and it is $50 to attend. And it's just right here in Allen Eyrie. So that's all I have.
That's it.
I know.
All right.
I should have brought more.
Pretty exciting. Good stuff.
Yeah, no kidding. Amazing.
Any questions?
Wow.
Thank you for your enthusiasm,
Oh,
and
yes.
you're not sleeping.
That's the second time I heard that because when I was at
Yep.
the advisory meeting, yeah, that's the
Is
last
this
I
your
covered about like.
third year?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we really appreciate your commitment.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Great.
I'll stay
You're
in
having
there.
fun?
Thank you. Oh, yes.
Is it what you
I love
thought?
it. Oh, yes.
That's good.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I wanted, so
That's
I'm happy.
good.
I love talking, if you guys haven't
Oh, you
noticed,
do
so
a
it's
nice job.
perfect.
Great job,
Let me give you a Tony moment here. You know, one of my first jobs was working on a pheasant farm. So
Okay, I did not know that.
I did
Yeah.
for,
Good.
you know,
How
we used to raise
exciting.
30, 60,000 birds, depending on the year.
Right.
Long
Collecting
time ago.
eggs.
Oh,
Just whatever they needed
Yeah.
me doing. There's a lot of whatever work.
Perfect.
Anyway,
Well, thank you guys.
thank you very much.
you.
Yep,
Thank you.
yep. You can stay or head out, whatever you want to do. Presley, it's up to you.
Thank you, Chris.
Okay, commissioner reports.
oh, I can go first. Last Tuesday after our meeting, had a couple of different meetings as well. Virtual meeting with a company out of Columbus, Accent Communication. Then I went and saw Nate at Bascom Communication. Right now, we're looking at having to do a phone upgrade for the county. Wednesday had a virtual meeting with Team McCobb for Chrissy Rill. Wednesday, I met with Mark Zimmerman discussing RTPO, it's Regional Transportation Planning Organization, the possibility of us joining or not joining, just trying to get a grasp around on it. Thursday, had downtown board development meeting. Some new board members discussing events coming up. There's a lot of stuff because everything kind of got on hold through the holidays.
Right,
Yeah.
catch it up now.
Friday, we had the capital improvement meeting with Highbridge, had the recovery task force. Monday, I did have Family and Children First Council meeting canceled. Spent most of the day yesterday traveling around the county buildings. Barbara and I and Ed went around looking at what we have for county phone systems, the different switches, and trying to get a better understanding. Buckeye IT had been the company that handled that. Our phone system is now 14 years old, from what it appears. And we have to do something about it in the next 6 months. And I brought that up probably 20 times now. So, and that brings me to today. Oh, I do have one other thing. Sorry not
No, you're fine.
to interrupt.
Good, you're good.
The new construction homes on South Sandusky Street, they are supposed to start setting those today. Bryce did bring that up to remind me this morning that I should bring it up. So, that's
Very
it.
good. Alrighty.
What a busy week for you.
Yeah,
That's good. We had a collaborative meeting, and it's interesting, the board structures being developed as the chamber and TCEP have come together. And it's, at first it was confusing to me, but I'm starting to see, I think it's gonna really work out well. So we're working on that. It's gonna be more efficient, more effective when it's all done. And I guess I didn't think of that as we came together, how that might look. But that's all taking place. met with TMS a few times. We have a lot going on with our new operations person. And Barb is aware of some things, so we'll meet today in advance of Thursday's meeting with the joint district. But we're really digging deep into the details, right, Barb, into the, everything from cost allocation to payroll, to supplies. It's really mind-boggling, but exciting in a way, I think, I would say. Yeah, so those are the two big things we're working on. I'll leave it at that.
Okay, very good. Okay, as Brent alluded to, on Wednesday, we had a virtual with TMACOG on some grant potential opportunities and stuff with it. Friday, we met with, as he said, Highbridge on looking at our capital, come together with Tiffin and Fostoria so we could submit for capital grants and stuff for the county and stuff. And if we look at it, we put everybody together rather than be competition with Tiffin and Fostoria. We kind of come up with our list and how we all can work together on that. So that way it's good for the cities and county and stuff, all good for the whole community and stuff on it. So had a great meeting there and stuff on it. And then on Monday, was over to actually Tiffin City Schools for the Fuel and Focus. So that was a kind of a program that they started. So it's really a good program they take, and it's kind of kids that might be tardy and stuff. So instead of just putting them in a little detention room by themselves and stuff on it, they actually bring in community members, and we just have a conversation and stuff on kind of decisions and how to maybe make better decisions stuff on it. So Michelle Tuitt kind of put that together a few months ago, and it's really good to
How
kind
often
of.
do they meet? Do you meet over there?
Well, basically they do
Is
it.
it a daily?
It's a daily thing.
Yeah,
Yep, yep.
yeah.
So Monday through Thursday, and then what they do on Friday, then the teacher, she takes, and then they kind of have an overview then of all the speakers that come in and stuff like that. So if anybody, there wants to do that, just reach out and.
So if someone's tardy,
Yeah, tardy.
do
or
they-
beginning.
is it over lunchtime? Do they
Yeah,
get
so
out of
basically,
class?
yeah,
they
so
do
it
at
used to be,
lunchtime.
I think the detention was like.
That's a good- I didn't know about this.
Yeah, this is something new, rather than
Yeah.
have kids sitting there by themselves eating to try to get, and they really had.
So
a
at
lot of
lunchtime,
success.
you're in there,
Yep, so
kids
we,
get together.
and there's two different groups of them, so first group for your half hour, and then you get a little break, and then the next group comes in, so it's basically over the lunch hour, then they come in, they eat while you're talking to them and stuff.
It's kind of like
that.
a lunch and learn type thing.
Well, yeah, exactly, kind of for the kids that, might need a little extra
I like it.
bump and stuff on it then, so yeah, so worked out good.
That's
That was a
pretty
nice program that they put together over there, so. And this morning, we had the OSU advisory meeting, and Presley and Katie, and I had to leave early for the rest of it, but we're gonna change those meetings around, so that way it can be at itself in the future.
You have them in the morning now?
Yep.
Yeah.
They used to be at 5, right?
Yeah.
And,
Yep, we
You
moved them to
switched it.
Tuesday mornings, and now they're gonna be Thursday mornings.
Yep.
because we screwed up.
Exactly, that's all right. So, yeah, well, good. So,
Hey,
yeah.
just curious on that committee, is there a judge that comes to that? Remember Judge Kelly used to do that? Who
I
would
think
be
he
the other,
does.
give me another community member that would come.
So basically,
It's
Lauren
commissioners
comes.
for sure.
Yeah, Lauren
Oh,
comes.
Lauren
from-
comes,
Comes from
okay.
Job and Family Services,
Yeah.
and then the district for the OSU.
Morgan comes
Morgan,
down.
and then Emily from the junior pair comes, and
Oh, yeah.
Becky Miller, she comes from mental health, and so yeah, so yeah.
We
And then
have a Ohio Farm Bureau representative on the board, as well as a Master Gardener volunteer.
Yeah.
And an area farmer as well, just to get some community. Adam Gilmore's on it.
Adam's on it, that's right. yeah.
Mhm.
Well, he tagged it when he got here, so
He
this
did.
is his fourth year.
He stole it from you.
And, he was on the job search for you, so. Yeah. But that's good to know. So you meet monthly?
No.
It's
Quarterly,
quarterly,
that's
but it's
right.
3 times a year.
Yeah, okay, I understand. Thank you.
Yeah, no, that's good, yeah. So, a lot of great things happening out there. She had a stack, and so did Katie, and so, yeah, a lot of great, 4-H is coming around the corner.
Do
so,
they have
yeah.
impaired driving? They still do that?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
cartoons.
Cartoons, yeah.
Cartoons, the purple, I remember they came,
Yep.
yeah.
Yep, yep,
Okay,
yeah.
good.
Yep, the only one we're missing now is Cindy, because, you know, they lost the funding stuff for the SNAP.
Snap,
programs.
yeah, they would,
Yeah,
oh, okay, so there's
There's
none,
no SNAP in
there's
the
no
state anymore,
person,
no, they,
right?
yeah, we had funding for that for the
Okay.
federal, so, yep. So, okay, brings us up to this morning, so, administrator report.
Not a whole lot to report. I did get all of the, I believe I've gotten almost all of the application for the grant that we got from Senator Marino. Had Bill sign off on all of that paperwork last week, got that sent over to USDA. I think there might be a few other things that I've had a couple questions on, so I'm working with Mary Carr over in Findlay at the USDA office to clarify some information on that. But I think there might be like 2 or 3 other pages of that application that need to be submitted. So working through that. There's a lot of paperwork with that. I know it's free money to us, but there's a lot on the backside that you don't realize how much paperwork there is. So
Welcome to government.
so I've got
More than like the, what was the 224 building, Station 4? Is there more paper?
No, it is pretty much the same
Pretty much like
amount of
that.
paperwork, but we did we did the application and the closing for that all at once. So there was a little bit more paperwork with that one because we
yeah.
did we did the application and the closing of the paperwork
Oh,
all at
'cause
one
it
time.
happened so fast.
Yeah, because that one happened very quickly.
I understand.
So with this one, it's a little different, and it's going to be a little bit more of a process because the building isn't been renovated yet. So we're going to work with RCM to kind of
Get
pull
invoices.
that dollar amount out so we can do it in phases, so we can get USDA done, get it out of the way, so they're not the entire project, we don't have to have with them. So but that was kind of quite a bit of my few days last week, just trying to make sure that I had all the I's dotted and T's crossed and
For
signatures.
560,000, that's money, that's time well spent.
Right.
So, yeah, I did spend a little bit of time doing that, so,
Great.
but then, so I also have the financial information for, year-end 2025. So, I'm just gonna give you the year-to-date numbers. In collection of revenue, we collected $27,438,818.52. And then we expended for the year $27,728,975.38. So that's just roughly, it's just under $300,000 of, we overspent over what was collected. So we pulled that out of carryover. So, but all in all, I think things look pretty good for the year, so. But that is pretty much all I have to report right now.
I do have a follow-up then with Barb. So as far as we talk about the ag building stuff, so we're still kind of waiting on USDA. Just got an email back from Heather from USDA. They're working on their end for the design stuff with it. So, yep, so I mean, it's not like they're just moving forward, and that's kind of where we're at. Once they get signed, then we can,
Yep,
What's
then
the
we can
period
really,
of
we can really move forward with that project then.
Getting your new office ready.
Yes, I'm excited.
So, but yeah, there's a lot of moving pieces with that one because we have to deal with the USDA and, there's just a lot of extra.
I think I know the answer to this, but I'm gonna ask it, so in case public's, so if we had money in our capital account,
Mhm.
and when you say we spent 300,000 more than we took in, just shy of that,
Mhm.
we could have taken it out of the capital account and spent it, or does it come out of reserves?
That would actually come out of reserves.
General fund.
General fund comes out of,
Top
comes
right
out of
corner.
reserve, yes, comes out of reserves or cash carryover. Mhm.
And so then the flip side of that would be in the out of 27,728,
Mhm.
if we took $250,000 and put it in our rainy day fund,
Yeah.
that would be an expense.
That would be an expense, yeah, based off the way the accounting
Okay,
works.
Tom, if this is making sense, so what we did was, I just, for the record, so it doesn't look like we really spent 300,000 over, we did for accounting purposes, but in reality,
Correct.
we put a ton of money in our liability fund,
Yes, to cover the,
$700,000.
to cover the 27th pay
Put
this
money
year.
in
Mhm.
our
Right.
budget stabilization fund / rainy day fund. We put a lot of money in our capital account.
Yes, so we could cover that,
So
the
as
ag
we
building,
transfer money
there's,
from the general fund into these accounts, that
yes,
would show
so,
us
so
amount.
of that, yeah, I don't know what that
That's
dollar amount
okay, I just
actually
wanna
is,
make
but,
right.
but yes,
But it's clearly more than 300,000.
correct,
So,
yes,
so in reality, yeah, I mean, the general fund budget went, the general fund account is 300,000 less than it was at the beginning
yes.
of last year, but we put a lot of money in a lot of accounts. that's
Yeah,
still
and,
there.
and we have, yeah, we're
Job
trying,
and family,
we're
all that
trying to,
stuff.
we're trying to make sure that we have that money available for those capital projects. That's why
Right.
that money gets moved
I
into
just
those
wanna make
capital
that
projects.
clarity.
And capital projects can, it's not just our buildings, it's also computers, phones, cars, you know.
So we have money
so-
in these accounts that's not encumbered.
Correct.
But we felt, as commissioners throughout the year, we wanted to park money there.
Yeah,
And when these come up, we have it.
yes.
Okay.
And I
So-
think part of that too, Tony, that
Yeah.
would kind of probably enhance that is we had some grants coming in that we thought
Oh,
was
yeah,
gonna hit.
you gotta throw that in too.
Yeah.
The year that's
That-
hitting it after the first year, we had
Correct.
the sales tax that
Yep.
come in right after. the
Yep,
first
our
year,
sales
so-
tax, yeah,
Yeah,
was,
so that's a little bit of it too, to make it look like, we
Right. No,
overspent,
it's
we really
good.
didn't, but yeah.
Correct.
We obviously want to keep an eye on this throughout the year.
Right, and-
forward.
and- but
for
that's-
last year, good report. I just,
nope, clarification, that's
Clarification,
exactly right,
it's-
because
it's
we,
good.
we need, $2 million or whatever for that renovation for, so you gotta, it's gotta come from somewhere, so it probably was expensed from the general fund to that capital projects, account, and then, so it is intermingled into that $27 million number in expenses.
Okay, good. That's all I have.
Okay,
So,
new business.
No business?
Okay, new business, supplemental appropriation.
there are none
There are
today,
none?
none
Okay,
today,
very good.
so we're doing pretty good so far.
Okay, good.
Then I have resolutions. I have a few. Resolution authorizing fund transfer be made to the Public Assistance Fund. This is the mandated share that we're required by law to provide to Job and Family Services. It's in the amount of $64,525.50.
So moved.
Second.
Okay,
Okay. Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes.
Commissioner Bustacker?
Yes.
Commissioner Frankert?
yes.
Resolution authorizing the Seneca County Board of Commissioners to enter into an agreement contract with Earl Mechanical for the Job and Family Services Chiller Replacement Project. We actually awarded the bid last week, so that they could get the chiller on order, and this is just the contract we're entering into.
I'll make the motion.
Now second? Roll call.
Commissioner Paradiso?
Yes.
Commissioner Bustacker?
Yes.
Commissioner Frankert?
Yes.
By the way, I just figured out I go first now, right?
There
For some reason, I got rotated into
We'll change it out.
I'm trying to figure out this new role here. That's all good. Thank you.
Resolution authorizing the Seneca County Board of Commissioners to enter into an agreement contract with Klaus Construction Corporation for the memorial sign at the Joint Justice Center.
So move.
Who's got it?
You got it.
Move in a second.
Okay.
So this is a proposed, it's a wall, it's a brick wall. We're gonna put it out, it'll be on the north side of the building where the chain link fence is to cover up the generator and some of those equipment items that are there. Yes, we have a chain link fence, but the, to make it look aesthetically pleasing, I think is kind of where we're at. And it will have plaques on it. Judge Shuff is working on that to see about getting those
The
plaques.
judges helped us out with this
With
funding.
donations, yes, and some of, and this money
You
came
know where that is?
from the judge, from some of his
Yeah.
funding that he's gotten, so this will come out of that money
There'll
that.
be some lights that.
Yeah, there's a little bit to go with it, so, and I think the total contract was just under $75,000.
It's gonna look nice. Thank you,
So it doesn't
judges,
need to be
for-
bid,
Yep.
yep.
Been a long time coming, 'cause I mean, it's been talking
We've
about.
been
quite a
talking
while.
about that, and you know, and for me, to take a page out of time, I've been around a long time, so it's kind of, we built the Justice Center, but they ran out of money. You know, and they weren't able to get the sign here and the little things to kind of finish it off. So we've been sprinkling that in over the years, but I think this pretty well is gonna get us there, exterior wise.
Yep.
So, good, back to you.
Commissioner Paradiso,
Yes.
Commissioner Bustecker,
Yes.
Commissioner Franker,
Yes.
Resolution setting date, time, and place for viewing and public hearing for vacation of an alley located in Fort Seneca, Ohio.
I'll make the motion.
I'm out next week, you know, so we have a date,
Yes, the viewing is February 2nd,
we're good,
and the hearing is February 3rd.
okay? So move. I'm sorry, I don't have that on my calendar.
No, it's not on the calendar yet.
Right now we're setting it.
That's
Doing
why
it
we're
right now,
setting
so
it
it's
right now.
February, okay.
Yes, in
So moved.
February. Mhm.
so he's second.
He's second,
Second,
22nd.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot,
Good.
it's in Fort Seneca, I think it's between the church and there's a house there. It's a paper alley, so, but yes.
Got it.
Roll call.
Commissioner Paradiso,
Yes.
Commissioner Bustecker,
Yes.
Commissioner Franker,
Yes.
The last resolution I have is a resolution amending Resolution 2026-7 designating the official representative and alternate for the purpose of voting at the annual meeting of the County Commissioners Association of Ohio in 2026. We, last week, had said that Commissioner Franker would be the designee and then myself would be the alternate. I sent it down to CCAO and they said it needed to be 2 commissioners. So I've put Brent in as the second commissioner as the alternate. So we just need to make sure we get this amended for them.
And then if we, none of.
If
they
none
can't
of you
with
go,
the
then you
sign.
can alternate, yeah, you
You
can
can't be formed.
designate
Okay, I
me, yes.
wondered.
Mhm.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Paradiso,
Yes.
Commissioner Bustecker,
Yes.
Commissioner Franker,
Yes.
That's all I have, gentlemen.
And the hearing, is the hearing here?
No, yes, the hearings will be
Hearing
here,
will be here.
yep, during our regular board meeting.
Right, we'll open with that. Then
Yep.
do the viewing.
Yeah, the viewing will be the day before, at 9 AM. So,
Got it.
and I'll get it on the calendar,
Thank you.
then, so.
Okay. Public comment? Meeting adjourned.
Thank you.